Have you ever wondered if the body sends signals before its final chapter? It's an unsettling thought, but the truth is, many elderly people display clear physical and behavioral changes up to a year before they pass away. These signs are often subtle at first, easily dismissed as just a normal part of aging, but medical professionals have identified specific patterns that can indicate when the body is preparing for the end. Welcome to Blessed Elderly. Today, we are discussing a topic of profound importance, the 7 key signs that often appear in elderly individuals in the year leading up to their passing. From unexpected shifts in weight to changes in behavior, these signals can offer valuable insight into what's happening beneath the surface. Understanding these signs isn't about creating fear. It's about providing families the knowledge to offer the right support and care, ensuring dignity and comfort in life's closing chapter. Before we begin this crucial conversation, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. The wisdom we share here is meant to guide and support you through every stage of life. Now, I want to ask you to reflect. Comment below. Have you ever noticed a subtle but persistent change in an elderly loved one that you couldn't quite explain? Your observations are more important than you might think. Let's explore what these signs are. 1. Sudden, unexplained weight loss. One of the earliest and most concerning signs doctors observe is sudden, unexplained weight loss. If an older person begins shedding pounds without changing their diet or lifestyle, it is a significant red flag. While some weight fluctuation is normal, a rapid and unintentional loss often points to something serious happening inside the body. It could be a sign of an undiagnosed illness, such as advanced heart disease or organ failure. Sometimes the body is simply struggling to absorb nutrients properly, which leads to muscle wasting and weakness. This isn't just about the number on the scale, it's about what the loss represents. When the body is in distress, it starts using up its own reserves to survive. This decline makes it harder to recover from even minor infections, often leading to a downward spiral in overall health. This weight loss is frequently accompanied by a decrease in appetite. If you notice an elderly loved one consistently needing to tighten their belt, or if they appear visibly thinner, it's time to consult a doctor. 2. Increased fatigue and profound weakness. One of the most common but overlooked signs is a persistent and profound sense of fatigue. This isn't the normal tiredness that comes from a long day. It's a deep, unshakable exhaustion that lingers no matter how much rest they get. When someone who was once active suddenly struggles to complete even the simplest daily tasks, it's often a sign that their body is slowing down in a more significant way. This profound fatigue can stem from declining organ function. The heart may not be pumping as efficiently, or the kidneys and liver may not be filtering toxins effectively, leading to a sluggish feeling. In the context of nearing the end of life, the body might be struggling to maintain basic functions, diverting all available energy toward essential systems, while shutting down non-essential ones. If someone who once enjoyed hobbies like reading or cooking now prefers to spend most of their time resting, it is a signal that something deeper is going on. 3. Social withdrawal and personality changes. A surprising but significant sign is a noticeable shift in personality or social engagement. Someone who was once outgoing may become more reserved, and conversations may feel shorter and less enthusiastic. While many people associate social withdrawal with depression in older adults, it can also be a subtle signal that the body is preparing for its final stage. As physical health declines, energy levels drop, and mental engagement often follows. The effort required to maintain conversations or attend gatherings can start to feel overwhelming. It's not necessarily that they are feeling sad. It's that their body no longer has the resources to keep up with social interactions. In some cases, a sudden personality change, like becoming more irritable or confused, can be linked to an underlying medical issue. such as organ dysfunction or medication side effects. Understanding that this behavior may not be intentional can help families respond with patience and support rather than frustration. 4. Recurring infections or slow healing. One of the most telling signs is a noticeable decline in the immune system. When the body begins to weaken, it becomes less capable of fighting off infections and healing from even minor wounds. This is why doctors often see a pattern of recurring illnesses, frequent colds, urinary tract infections, or pneumonia that take much longer to recover from. As we age, the immune system naturally weakens. White blood cell production slows down, and the body's ability to generate new, healthy tissue declines. A small cut that once healed in days may linger for weeks. What's especially concerning is that infections in elderly individuals can often be silent at first, not always showing typical signs like a high fever. Instead, symptoms might be subtle, like mild fatigue or confusion. When an elderly person gets a bruise or scratch and it takes an unusually long time to heal, it's often a sign that circulation is compromised, making it harder for the body to repair itself. 5. Difficulty swallowing or loss of appetite. Another deeply concerning sign is a noticeable difficulty swallowing, or a sudden loss of appetite. When an older person begins eating less or struggling to swallow, it often means their body is no longer processing nourishment the way it once did. As the body ages, the muscles responsible for swallowing can weaken. Difficulty swallowing, also known as dysphagia, can be linked to declining organ function. As the body begins shutting down, it naturally slows non-essential processes, and digestion is often one of the first to be affected. A loss of appetite is another major warning sign. It's often a signal that the body no longer feels the need for as much energy because it is preparing to slow down. One of the biggest risks here is malnutrition, which leads to muscle loss, a weakened immune system, and further overall decline. 6. Unsteady walking or frequent falls. A sudden change in mobility is a crucial warning sign. While it's normal for balance to decline with age, a noticeable increase in falls or sudden instability often points to something more serious. It's a sign that their muscles, nerves, or circulation are no longer functioning at the same level. One of the primary reasons for this is the gradual weakening of muscles and bones, a condition known as sarcopenia, which accelerates as we age. This makes everyday movements more difficult. Balance issues can also stem from changes in the brain, as neurological conditions can impair coordination and slow reaction times. Poor circulation is another factor. When blood flow to the legs decreases, it can cause numbness, weakness, and dizziness. The danger of frequent falls extends far beyond the injury itself. A single bad fall can lead to a broken hip and a rapid decline in health due to complications, like infections and reduced mobility. 7. Increased confusion or hallucinations. One of the most alarming signs is a decline in cognitive function. This can manifest as forgetfulness, difficulty following conversations, sudden confusion about time or place, or even experiencing hallucinations. While some memory loss is associated with aging, a noticeable shift in mental clarity can indicate something far more serious. The brain requires a constant supply of oxygen to function properly. As the body weakens, the brain is often one of the first organs to show distress. In some cases, cognitive decline is caused by reduced circulation. In others, it may be due to undiagnosed infections or medication side effects. Hallucinations in elderly individuals can be particularly distressing. Seeing people who aren't there or hearing voices can be signs that the brain is struggling, sometimes triggered by dehydration or infection. When these episodes become more frequent, they can indicate that the body is shutting down. As we've discussed these 7 signs, it's important to remember that they are not always easy to recognize, and it can be difficult to accept what they might mean. But understanding them allows us to be better prepared, to offer the right kind of care, and to ensure that our loved ones are as comfortable as possible in their final months. Recognizing these signs doesn't mean giving up hope. It means knowing when to seek medical advice, when to adjust care, and when to focus on quality of life. We'd love to hear from you and create a supportive community. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today, or perhaps a story about a loved one that might bring comfort to others. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe to Blessed Elderly for more compassionate and informative content. Thank you for watching.